So it's a pleasure to be here at the Art of Hip Hop with Say Adams' extraordinary solo exhibition. History, long life history.
And we were just kicking it with Mix Master Mike.
And we were just hanging with Big Master Mike.
That shit was crazy.
DJ for the Beastie Boys, right?
That's right, bro. That's right, dog.
And I'm hanging with my boy Da. That we grew up in the same neighborhood, Westchester, Miami.
Yes, sir.
Or
Bird Road, baby, Bird Road.
Bird Road. Been an explosion of graph. Followed the New York
Westchester had run.
Incredible.
The Concord rooftop, the Wall of Fame on Westchester, dog. Yo, Westchester did it good, man. They did it up.
And it's crazy because now we have Wynwood. So it's kind of like what we had as kids in the underground in Westchester, now we have it in Wynwood.
Yes, sir.
All over again.
Yes, sir. It's like we're kids again, dog. We're the kids in a candy shop out here.
Yeah.
And especially growing up when we did that, it was so illegal. It was so looked down upon, that now it's like, wow, like,
yeah,
it's so different. It's almost weird in a way,
It had a bad connotation because older people didn't like graffiti.
Yes.
But now we have new generation, and the kids' moms like graffiti when we went to school. Absolutely. Now they have kids. Now they show graffiti to their kids.
Even the cops that are nowadays, they don't hate us no more. They're like, yo, give me an autograph or something. Give me some of my black.
Can you do an inspiration?
Can you do Can you do something in my backyard?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Because they're from that generation that they grew up with it. None of their parents that they grew up in the time where it was really illegal. So different generations. They look at it differently now. But man, it was so. I mean, they would look for us, dog. You couldn't even go to the back of an alleyway without a cop rolling by looking for you. You had to bring in.
I remember
so many times ducking behind bushes, running from cops and crazy shit.
That remembers me. Yeah.
You're talking about the I-95 wall?
Yeah, the I-95 wall.
The helicopter, the police helicopter.
Yeah.
Taking video of us and shit. Remember?
Yeah.
The helicopter that rolled up.
The mile. He used to call it the mile-long wall, right?
The Mile of Fame, I think.
The Wall of Fame. It was like a mile.
It was the Broward Wall of Fame.
Yeah.
I-95. Remember what year that was? I don't remember now. It was like 94?
94? I think it was 94, yeah.
Yeah, bro. That was one of my first pieces.
When you were talking about cops earlier, it reminds me that when me and Didi used to paint in Westchester, we used to ride our bikes. We used to do most of our painting in the daytime.
Yeah.
And we used to have, people chase us. We used to call them heroes. Remember?
Heroes. For sure. Always a hero everywhere.
And we always had our escape plan.
But daytime was always dope because I always say daytime is dope because you can see further who's coming down the corner. You can see the cops coming from further.
Yeah.
Just got to be quick and smart, and slick. Huh?
Yeah, we had a lot of fun in Westchester. We used to have the Concord Plaza rooftop.
Yeah, brother.
A lot of legends from Miami, early graph writers.
Yes, sir.
A lot of murals, a lot of pieces.
Yes, sir.
Very intricate ones were up there.
Well, like I was saying, I was more into the bombing, so you were one of the guys that pushed me to do the pieces. That was my first piece. And when we did that year in 94 at that wall, I tried to hang with you. I was doing a piece. Came out whack as fuck, but I loved it. It was dope.
That was dope.
And, and it was a dope. It was when I finally learned, okay, there's another side to this piecing, Yeah, I didn't like too much of the planning that, you're going to go. I almost liked more like the sporadic bombing.
Yeah, you were a little impatient, so you could.
But, little by little, you get more used to it, and then you start building on it, and then you realize that it's like therapy when you're doing a piece.
Yeah, now you're older, you have more patience.
Yeah, bro.
So you're able to develop your skill.
Take the time more, yeah. Absolutely, man.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely, man.
I remember a Hialeah Penny. When we used to go to Hialeah Penny.
That was the device.
Also.
With MD, we used to take us there.
Those that don't know, right? I go by the name of Jel. Now I go by Jel Martinez. And I'm here talking to my friend. We're talking, a Dot. Dot isn't from 7-Up crew, which is a crew that inspired me very much in the early 90s because I grew up in Westchester, but my grandparents would pick me up every weekend to go spend time with them in Hialeah. So Hialeah was my second home. And when I used to go to Hialeah, I was
7-Up,
TVC, 7-Up, KV, Bebop. Bebop was dope.
Tame
Bebop-
One.
Tame One.
It's my cousin, by the way. Tame.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. So, can you imagine, like, like I was a little kid and seeing, so I was seeing both sides, the Westchester, so AIM crew, CO6,
Absolutely.
Dez,
Yes, sir.
DK,
Doe,
Quattro.
the Miami Does, Quattro. That was the Kendall Westchester side, and like you said, the Seminole,
MPS.
TVC, FS. They had that norther side by Hialeah, Fort Lauderdale, and
Rain.
43, Miami Bomb Squad. Hey, when we were in high school, Miami Bomb Squad had the biggest crew in Southwest,
Yeah,
right?
MBF
Bomb
was good.
Squad was big, man. They had their thing going, and
DW as well.
yeah, bro. Sire was a beast and shit, and Seeing, and I love those guys.
Devoted writers.
Yeah, brother. DW, that was like the gang rider crew, the gangster riding crew.
And 112 boys.
Oh, the 112, brother. Oh, man. Deal and Alex Reeland, dog. Man, those are my boys, dog.
Yeah.
I miss him. RP Alex Reeland, brother. He passed
We're
away.
taking it back to.
Yeah,
A lot of people must be thinking, like, what are these guys talking about? You know what I'm saying?
No,
This
no,
is like
hey.
our childhood.
It's the childhood, man. You remember the rooftop that was on 87th by I think it was Play World or a Toys R Us?
Those.
I used to see Heck and those and people up on that rooftop. Heck was another master of Westchester,
Yeah, Heck in the Hall of
In
Fame.
the 80s, I think Heck, nobody had the cleanerest stuff than him. He was the king of clean. And then Ease and him started painting together. If you remember, your brother Ease from the Incas and
Yeah.
Heck, they had that. What was that crew they had together? I think. No. Man, fuck. They had something going on. They were part of like ATA, kind of ATA. That Say was also legendary. Say from 7-Up was one of the main guys in ATA too. But at one point, early Westchester guys, Ease, Heck, they were all part of ATA crew. All-time artist, I think it was called.
Yeah, all-time artist. I remember LOC,
And Hello C, hell yeah.
Lords of Crime.
I used to hang out with them
name.
hard. Those were the guys I started really painting with in the beginning, LOC. DH crew, my first crew, was a combination of LOC and our other homies, so we all got together. Evo, he was another Westchester guy that would hit it up a lot.
Yeah, Evil. I remember that.
He would do he did the Concord rooftop too. I think an LOC blockbuster up there one time.
Yeah, I remember a crazy story about that rooftop. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No, which one?
Remember when it used to be that bell, that brings the smoke out of like the restaurant when you're cooking, like the exhaust.
Yeah, the hood. Yeah, the hood.
Yeah, the
exhaust.
hood.
Yes.
So on top of Concord, there was one that everybody would always open up, and they would peek into the shooting range where they used to make the bullets for the Concord gun shop.
That's right. That was the gun place. Yeah.
And we had some friends that were up to no good that had the courage to go down there at one point and do some foul shit. I'll never forget that. But that was crazy because we were all kids. Everybody knew that hood would open up.
Man, that mall's legendary. You remember the movie theater there?
The movie theater.
And then it got abandoned, and we used to sneak into the movie theater there. I remember I saw Tougher Than Leather, the Run DMC movie there in that Concord Theater, dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro,
was crazy.
those are crazy times, dog. But yeah, man, and then now, like, different aspect, we still do graffiti, but let's talk about what you're doing now.
That's the Museum of Graffiti, by the way, yeah, right?
Yes, sir. Big up the MOG.
Shout out to Allison and Ken.
Mog. Hell yeah.
Keeping it too real.
Too real, dog. And what you've been doing lately, though, how you going on another level, dog, with those paintings, bro, that you've been doing lately?
Thank you, man. Yeah.
Talk to me about that thing you did in Iowa.
Yeah, so I was invited to Iowa. A friend of mine named Steve Hansen, he was born and raised in Iowa. And his family has a farm that's 500 acres. Yeah. So a portion of that farm has been surveyed by the University of Iowa to create it into an art center where it will have a sculptural garden. And it's been like about 3 years in the making. So I had this plan, which is inspired by the Malibu Pennant. Remember the Malibu Pennant?
Of course.
So the Malibu Pennant it's a place that we all used to go to as kids and go and paint. By the way, the name Pennant comes from penitentiary.
Penitentiary.
Because
Fontainebleau Pennant, right?
It used to be a place called Fontainebleau Pennant. There was going to be a potential penitentiary.
That was in the DH neighborhood of Fontainebleau,
Yeah.
Sweetwater. That was the first pen I ever went to.
Yeah, so we built, so they put together a wall in the middle of the fields, in the cornfields, a freestanding wall, and now it's this place called Art Farm, Iowa. So my inspiration for that wall was like me being a kid going to
Malibu, where it had the walls that were like half built, but they didn't finish the house.
Yeah,
you know,
the abandoned house.
Yes,
I call it the abandoned houses.
the abandoned houses. They called the houses.
The houses, yeah.
We used to always call it Malibu, but that came later on. The house.
Yeah, because Malibu, they had a little park,
Castle Park,
like a Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, the Malibu Castle Park.
And you could play video games, or you could race go-karts, which was really nice.
Yes, sir.
And we also had the Mall of Americas, where you could go to the movie theater.
Hell yeah. The arcade.
Go to the arcade and get some beer, or I didn't drink at that time. I was too young.
No, but that we used to get the beer there young. You remember, they didn't ideas back in the days, you know? Different times, you know?
Yeah, so that project at Iowa was inspired because of the... So even walking to the wall in Iowa while I was getting ready to paint felt like the Malibu penny.
Felt that energy from the Malibu.
Yeah, the wall was like the same height as the walls, the abandoned wall houses, walls that were at the Malibu penny. It's crazy how like...
No, the Malibu was legendary, man. That was, you know, the Hialeah was legendary, but I think Malibu was more like, it was more like where you really saw every crew, I think, because you had the Inkheads, Damn Crew, BSK, 7-Ups, the STVs, the whoever, everybody was hitting Malibu. And because it was more like central. Hialeah was a little bit more further. So not everybody would go out there, but Malibu, I think everybody went through that pen.
Yeah, it was so nice because it was, you know, when you were there, it was open air.
When it was chilling.
They had a lot of sawgrass, so nobody would go mess with you. You had beautiful walls. And, you know, when I was getting into this project to paint this wall in Iowa, I was, you know, contacting some of my friends and earlier guys that painted there. So A-Bomb and Jinx were the first ones to paint at the Malibu Penny. Then came DK, Mir.
They were the first to paint, like you said, paint, right? Like pieces and get-ups.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you a quick story, though. It's a little unknown gem that our crew, DH crew, that we were from Sweetwater, we were the first to bomb the Malibu Penny.
Yeah.
We bombed the outside of it when it first started becoming, like you could tell it wasn't going to do anything. We tagged the outside of it.
Fence, the burgundy fence.
And then all of that. And then we went inside a little bit and tagged. But obviously we were more bombers than piecers. So right away, within the moment somebody discovered it, our tags were gone because everybody, like you said, the Incas started doing pieces in there.
Yeah.
So our tags disappeared right quick. But we kind of brought, because people saw the graffiti, I think it led people to go in there. Because we were the vandals and shit of that area, you know? And
I love the name STV, Specialized to Vandal.
Specialized, yeah.
Classic.
Specialized.
Yeah,
that's one of the greatest names ever. Yeah.
Well, yeah, one of the greatest names. And
Free Agents is another name I love.
Was one of the first too.
Well, I was about to tell you, Free Agents was another one of my favorite names ever.
Agents, yeah.
7-Up, 7 Urban Poets, you know.
Amazing.
Those are names that, like, you heard it, you were like, what? But Free Agents, I never knew what a free agent was, right? And then I learned about it through, like, sports and stuff, and then I realized, damn, yo, that means that you're the man, that, like, now anybody can, that you're about to get paid, or you're about to, like, it's just like you're a king on your own. Yo, when I heard that name, it blew me away.
You ain't taking no.
Shout out to DK.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And then I remember when my boy Dean, we wanted to, you know, try to come up with our own little crew. So we came up with DGS.
DGS, baby.
Stand there with the
graph staff.
The graph staff.
Love it.
And then, you know, we had a few neighborhood friends that would put it up and stuff like that.
Of course, bro.
Then I got
but you guys were really, it was really just you and D, Joe.
Yeah, me and D were.
You guys push it up the most. I think Herbie too pushed it, right? Yeah. Did Herbie push it a little bit?
A little while, yeah.
I remember Herbie that used to paint with you guys. He would do characters, right? No, you do pieces, right? Characters, no.
He would do some. He was more of a bomber.
Was Boggle ever representing DGS?
He was in CT, I think. None can test.
NCT.
Okay. Yeah, because we had so D would come up with all these fresh names. D was a master at putting these names together, and then it went to.
Oh, I saw him up the other day. Son of a bitch, all beat up. He's trying to be slick, but I saw it.
I keep trying to invite him.
I saw him up on Miller Drive, I think it was.
Do this podcast with me. He was like, nah, I don't want to do that. I told him to come on an interview with me. They were going to film me. Nah, I don't want to do that.
He ain't going to do it.
But shout out to him and the Miami bike scene.
My brother Deed, man, Deed.
Rocking the critical mass.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, and then later they put me, I got down with the Ink Heads, and they put me in IHS.
That's right.
And, that was a whole
That was when you really earned your stripes, I remember, because you were like from the Westchester, and there was no Westchester guys in the Ink Heads, and I remember that those dudes were piecing like crazy Ease and Rage and all you guys and Edic and shit, and
and I
they still love Edic shit.
And I feel like I'm a product of all of us.
Yeah, bro.
Because especially Mir, Quattro, DK, those guys are the ones that I, and to know those guys nowadays is like a dream come true.
Yeah, bro.
Which is kind of crazy because, I mean, they might not be famous in the whole world, but in our hood, those guys were mean, you know what I'm saying?
For sure, man.
I remember riding my bike to McMillan, right?
Even in our wherever hood, Kings, bro, Kings.
And I meet Neem from Bomb Crew.
From Bomb Crew, the bully, the Broad Street bully.
He almost stole my bike.
Yeah,
right?
Bro, sounds like Neem.
But I, from Bomb Crew, stepped in and was like, yo, Jel's cool. You know what I mean? He's here taking flicks,
Yeah.
And then I remember that everybody was knocking on Quattro because at the time, this was what, 1990, 91? At
91, 92.
Middle school, there used to be a handball court.
Of course, the McMillan Wall, right?
McMillan Wall, yeah.
Yes,
and there was supposed to be a battle. It was saying it was a battle between
Mir and Quattro, was it? No,
I don't know. It was Quattro against Mir and DK. And Quattro was being dissed because he had used a lot of tape because his thing came out super clean. And if you think about it now, Banksy is rocking stencils and everybody's using tape and cutouts. And now
there's no more rules.
Yeah, there's no more rules.
Ain't no rules, yo. But back then, it was
time has evolved.
It was something that, was looked down upon, in a way. But hey, that's just another sign that Quattro was always ahead of his time,
Evolution.
He was ahead of his time around the time where he did the SRS piece and some things that definitely was ahead of his time, no doubt. Shout out to Quattro.
Yeah, we need him back. Yeah.
Most def.
Fresh talk at the Art of Hip Hop.
Yeah, brother. Art of Hip Hop, man.
Say Adams. An amazing
Hell yeah, man.
History.
Say Adams, yo. That was dope, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dog.
Yes, I agree.
And it's good to see that we're still active, dog. You're still doing the art, man, and the music and all that. We're doing the music.
Too, and you're rocking pieces. And how to
rocking it all, man. Music, pieces, whatever we can do.
Yeah, come to Wynwood and check it all out. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
First, Art Basel 2024, Art Week 2024. Tell me a little bit about your new album you dropped.
Yeah, I just dropped a new tape. It's called Jazz Capone. It's like I got Mike Ripper on there. He was one of our legendary brothers from Miami. We did a track a long time ago in the studio, me and him, and we brought him over with Voice from MBS. We all came together. We did a song. It was really dope. We used to kick it all the time, and then what I did was I made a new beat and I put a different remix to it. So I remixed the song that we did from my mixtape back in the days with a new original beat. And then I did some instrumental songs. I also got my brother Kingdom Come on there that was from down here. They used also a legendary MC. And I came out, I printed cassettes. You can find them at 1-800-LUCKY right here in Wynwood. Pick them up there. It's DJ.1 Jazz Capone. It'll be out streaming everywhere soon.
Yeah, you've always been doing your thing, productions and...
Yeah, man, always trying, just having fun, man. Having fun, man.
That's what it's all about. Bringing it
always,
back.
Yeah, bro.
We've been together for a long time, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Know each other for a while now.
Yeah, bro. Brother, decades.
Amazing.
Not years, decades, man.
Decades.
We're in the decades conversation
90s.
What, brother?
Not from 90 to...
The first two writers I ever met in Southwest was you and Deed, by the way. You were the first two writers I met.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. And then I met Rain and, and Niner and all the MBSs, but I remember Deed was like, yo, you're Dot, yo, I seen you up in Westchester, dog. And I was, oh, Deed, I know you too, dog. And then he was like, this is Jel. And I met you. You were like a grade or two under us, I think. Right?
Yeah.
And then from there, that's where I started really like bombing a lot, like around that neighborhood there.
Yeah,
those are good times.
Legendary with the barricade. He's known for his barricades.
And then he's with the music too. He was also in the music.
Oh, a genius.
He's got some of my tapes. We should trade CDs and tapes, dog. I'm sure he still got my P Rock and CL Smooth main ingredient CD that I gave him one time. That we traded from like something else he gave me and shit.
Yeah. He will put some nice mixtapes together.
Yeah, bro. I did the mixtape that we dropped it. It was in the Crazy Hood store, remember? And then like a year later, he did one with EFN, I think. He did a mixtape that was the underground hip hop shit. We used to be into the underground shit, me and Deed, you know, the MF Doom and all that shit. And nobody knew about that shit.
Yeah.
But Deed knew about all that underground shit.
We remember he used to go to all the concerts back in the days we were talking about earlier, you know what I'm saying?
And my boy Bliss, Rick from Campaign and shit. And I remember, we went to that, we're talking about that show that first Wu-Tang show that ever came down here at the Mahi Temple.
Did you ever go to when Ultra Magnetic came to
No, man, I missed that one.
That was crazy with Cool Keith.
Ultramagnetic, bro. It's funny you said that because I'll never forget. I think it was me, you, and Deed, who were racking tapes or something. You remember? Somewhere.
The master.
And he had some Ultramagnetic MCs on. I had never heard them before. And Deed showed me them. And I was like, yo, what is this shit? He was like, yo, this is Ultramagnetic MCs. Just remembered
the four horses.
I had to ask him. I was like, "What is this, yo? This is so fucking crazy."
Yeah, I saw them. Ultramagnetic live and beat.
I saw Cool Keith in concert later on down, but never saw the Ultramagnetics.
It's crazy.
That's like that real shit, dog. You know?
Yeah. Miami's always had a dope energy for culture. You know what I'm saying? And and thanks to us and all our friends and everybody, we just. It's all embedded in us, right? The love for it. It's crazy.
Bro. Absolutely, man. I don't know where we got it, man, but we was just part of that DNA and what we grew up in, man.
Yeah,
it's there, you know?
Universe is like
the graffiti, the old school tag.
He hits right on Miami.
No. Absolutely, man.
And maybe that's why we're in Wynwood now, because it just got bigger and bigger, right?
Oh, yeah, bro. And then, Miami had the hip-hop, but we had our own style, like the bass music, Luke and all that, and Poison Clan and all that, and so it was always there, but it was just a unique way, But
remember the whole song that Sally, that girl,
man. That's it, man.
That's just
what was that old school station, fucking, and Rhythm 98 or something,
88.9. Oh, the Rhythm Rocker.
The Rhythm Rocker.
Yeah, that's another inspiration because. Going back to the
8.9. That's my favorite station still to this day.
We did a closing inauguration for the Rhythm Rocker.
I remember you and Deed.
DJ Dundee.
Painted, right? You and Deed.
And this other person that was with us called, remember, I forget his name, but it was like the angriest man alive. Remember that? Remember him?
Yes.
I forget his first name. So we went back to
was it Alex? No.
I don't remember, but they had done
DJ Grass? No.
They videotape when we did the funk box piece for the
remember that
UM.
You indeed.
And then going to do the wall in Iowa, since it was done at the Malibu Pennant, I got the flicks because I got interviewed for that wall in the inspiration. So we're gonna include some snippets of when the Rhythm Rocker and that whole celebration was going down.
So
crazy.
That was the best, man. Rhythm Rocker, 88.9.
We got
all the underground. I used to stay up so late at night recording all the episodes on tape.
Yeah, we had everything before was on record labels.
Yes, sir.
The real deal, raw.
Yeah, bro.
Cut.
Hell yeah. Of course.
I still got all those tapes.
The Guru. I remember when he played the first time he played that soundtrack from Wild Pitch Records. There was a soundtrack that had the Gangstar Manifest album, the song from Manifest, and it had the Entice, and it had Guru doing some solo shit, and that was how I learned everything about hip hop.
Underground freestyles that you never heard before.
Yes.
You know who has a lot of stuff is Deed, probably, you know.
Indeed, has to have it for sure. And then 90.5, Darnella and the other people on 90.5
Well, 90.5.
was killing it too. I forgot the other DJs on there, but
DJ Raw.
DJ Raw, yeah, bro. I was the dude that threw
With Hoodstock.
Hoodstock.
He brought Channel Live.
Yeah.
I Joe.
Yeah, man.
I remember rocking the pieces that we did on the handball court. It's at Hoodstock, Wynwood. I'll never forget that.
Yeah, bro.
That was crazy. We had a good time.
Bro,
Those
the days,
yeah.
man.
At the Robert Clemente Park right here in Wynwood.
Yeah, bro. That was when it was the real Wynwood, like Wynwood.
Yeah.
Like this, where we're at now, they consider Wynwood, but at that time, this was considered Overtown.
Yeah.
Where we're at right now, what the MOG is Overtown, as people don't know. Liberty City, and then it went to Overtown. Overtown was here first, and then it came Wynwood. They started branching it out, but really, this is Overtown.
Yeah, this is
Wynwood is on the other side where that went down, and where the stadium, the Miami Stadium was.
Neighborhood. And it used to be a shoe factory. Now shoe
Absolutely.
factories all over the places, and then they transformed it into.
Absolutely.
That's why we got so many murals, because the walls were so smooth,
Yes.
with no windows, and just garage doors, and one door to get in, which wasn't in a glass storefront. It was just easy to paint and
Definitely.
no obstruction.
And gritty, grimy area where there's not going to be a lot of cops. They don't like to come around this area, so you can get in and out, drop some dope shit and bounce, and
Yeah, so shout out to Nucleus for holding it down with this podcast. With my homie Dot from 7 Up,
sir.
MBS.
Yes, sir.
I'm Jel from the Inquez crew, DGS, the Graph staff. And shout out to Deed. And thanks for having us.
Peace to the MOG and peace to everybody down here. And it was dope, man. Good times, man. Good times.
Shout out to the Museum of Graffiti, the Art of Hip Hop, and check out the private gallery. See some dope.
Must see Say Adams exhibit. Must see. If you're hip hop, you gotta see this. It's insane. It's insane.
For sure.
Insane.